the Chinese Communist Party cannot represent the Chinese people, and we cannot be represented by them. So our voice needs to be heard. And how much do you know about the Federal State of China, and what do you think of the new Federal State of China? Yeah, please go ahead.
Well, this is a very interesting and important question to ask, because as a Western person, a Brit, somebody who's lived in the UK all my life, and I've never lived abroad, I've always been in the UK, I've been aware of the CCP, and I've been aware, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, of the level of corruption that has ensued. And in fact, I actually only discovered in that 4 or 5 years, just the level and the scale of atrocities that had been committed on the Chinese people by their own communist regime. And actually, I found that very, well, to say sickening is an understatement, I guess, but extremely difficult, and that they've been oppressed for really decades. And so how I met or came into looking at the new Federal State of China, as you rightly say, I was at a London railway station, and I was just browsing some of the shops, and I saw 3 or 4 people with like a sort of placards, boards. And I was also, at the same time, there was a very talented pianist who was playing the piano, because they've got a piano there. So I was listening to the lovely music, and then I was intrigued by the boards. So I started to look, and I noticed it said Chinese people, not represented by CCP, crossed out, the equal sign crossed out. So I thought, oh, this is interesting. And then it said how the NFSC is trying to take down CCP. So I then approached one of the ladies that was there. I don't know if her identity needs to be revealed, but let's just call her Lady S. So she was there, and I started to chat with her for about a good half an hour, actually, and wanted to learn all about what is it that the NFSC is trying to do, what's been going on with CCP. And I was interested in her story. She was then asking me about how it is that I'm more aware of what's going on, if you like, geopolitically. We also touched on the topic of the pandemic and, of course, the vaccines, and we'll probably talk about that later. So we touched on that discussion quite a lot. And then I just basically said, look, she discussed the very brave work that new Federal State of China are doing. And I was impressed by the sheer size, scale of what you're doing, how many supporters you have.